In this video, we are going to be messing around with the brand new passive system inside of King Legacy. Now, if you don't know, in the latest update on King Legacy, they added a whole bunch of stuff, but the most unique thing they've added is a brand new passive system where you can get various different perks that affect everything from cooldown of abilities, drop rates, experience mounts, money amounts. And there's even some really cool ones you can potentially get, which I don't think I'll be able to show all in this video because they are very difficult to get, let alone very expensive to try to get too. But we'll get into all that in the video itself. But if you haven't already and you do enjoy this video, please drop a quick like and subscribe. It is free and it does help out the channel. But let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so this feature is actually really cool. So if you want to unlock this feature, I'll show how to unlock it first because you don't start with it. But basically what you have to do is in any of the seas during nighttime, somewhere in the map, a blue tree will spawn. It's very, very noticeable. I don't think I can find it though, because I've already interacted with the tree. I'm pretty sure it does not appear for players that already have done that. But during the night, there's going to be a blue tree like anywhere in the map in C1, 2, and 3. So it's not just C3. I will say though, C3 is the easiest to find it in though, because there's only 2 islands. But if you interact with the tree, you get yourself a free lore book and also a passive menu, which is normally empty. But when you press reroll, it'll have your book in here that you can use to get a free set of them. And once you roll, you get a whole bunch of passives. Now, these are all from the second best book in the game. I got all these from it. So you got Skill Haste 2, Luxuriant 3, Chance 3, Wisdom 4, Rune 4, and Piercing 8, which you can see all of the perks there. A really good set of them. And once you do that, I'm pretty sure this next part's only in C3, but if you head over to the castle area and climb the tower, there is this NPC right here, the bookkeeper. And here we can go ahead and craft a bunch of different fate books, essence books, or fortune tales, and then chronicle lore, which have various levels of materials needed. Most of it's low amounts. The most difficult thing is the final book, the Chronicle Tales, requiring a Hydra Tail, a Heart of the Sea, which I have one, and an Aqua Gem. We'll do one roll on these because they're very difficult to get. And in addition, if you want to buy them with Robux, it's 1,100. But what we're going to do is we're going to get all the materials to buy a whole bunch of these books. I might make a few Fate books, maybe not though, because they're not that good. From what I can tell, the only books that are like really, really good, like ones that will give you really good traits, are the Fortune ones and the Chronicle ones. So we need to go ahead and make a whole set of these. So what we're needing, we're missing the Aqua Gem. So we'll go make one of those in a minute. But it looks like the main thing we're gonna need, yeah, we can afford a bunch of these. So all we need is we need to get a whole bunch of these angelic feathers. Let's head over to Dock 1 and teleport over to C1 because I think that's the best place and maybe the only place to get feathers. But we have to head over to the Sky Island, Skypea. And I'm going to go ahead and equip a better fruit for this. Let's do Rumble. And we're going to kill these Sky Soldiers. It looks like they added more, too, in the latest update, which is even better. Because if I just do this and this, yeah, look at that. We get a bunch of feathers really fast. Having good, clean attacks like this makes this so easy. Look at that. How many do we have already? We already have 20 feathers. I only had 8 at the beginning. Like, most of the materials aren't too difficult. I think the only things that are difficult are for the Chronicle books, because you need to make it harder to see, which is a whole bunch of smaller materials. That one isn't too bad, but you need a Hydra Tail and an Aqua Gem. Aqua Gems aren't even that difficult. They're just kind of annoying. But let's just go ahead and get a whole bunch of these. Okay, and a few more rounds of killing. We'll just do one more for the fun of it. There we go. I have 105 feathers. That is a lot, actually. That's 10 of the basic book. Now, just to explain the books a bit more, the higher tier ones obviously give better enchants, but you don't need to do what I'm about to do, which is use one book after another, starting with the lowest one and going higher. You can just go straight to the higher ones. I'm just using the lower books, so that way y'all can see the differences in enchants for the most part. But let's see. So Fate book. Let's just craft as many as we can. There we go. And of course, it's still feathers we're needing. Then I'm guessing let's go ahead and craft 9 of these into essence books. There we go. And fortune tales. I have exactly 8 scales, so I might craft 8 of these. We'll see. Because I don't want to make these just yet, because I still need an aqua gem for the chronicles. I guess I'm gonna go ahead and make one of these. Let's take one of these, the fortune tales, and let's go ahead and use these books just so we can show these off, and then we'll go craft and try to make the top one. But starting off with the fate book, and by the way, you have to be in a safe zone to roll these, so make sure you're like somewhere we can't get PvP'd. And let's see what we get out of the lowest book in the collection. So we got a luxuriant one, skill haste one, sword sense one, destruction one, and we got a hex. Very, very disappointing. So these are debuffs. If you get a hex, it means that you got a bad roll. So I got all these. Like money from quest by 10%, cooldown by 3 for abilities, weapon damage 2, and damage dealt by 4, which isn't too bad. But all my skills have a 10% longer cooldown because of the hex. Now, apparently, according to some chats I've seen, they're planning to remove these from the game, but they haven't yet. So I'm not sure if they will officially. But at some point, they might remove them. But let's just move directly on to doing a essence book, just so you can see that this one is more, and the fact that it clears all my stuff. So rolling that one, we got destruction 1, skill haste 1, ruin 1, piercing 2, and chance 3. No special enchants this time. But as you can see, the boosts are much better. We also got some higher tier ones, and I think just more in general. That drop rate one's actually quite nice. I like that one. Getting a high chance one would be really, really cool. But so we don't use up all these right away. Let's go ahead and just immediately use a fortune tales. Let's see if we get lucky with something good on this. And this one's much more expensive though. Piercing 1, skill haste 2, luxuriant 3, wisdom 4, destruction 4, and sword sense 5. That is overall actually really, really good. So we got more experience, which is whatever. I'm max level. And that's a big boost though. But we got 3 good. We got actually like 4 good enchants there. Look at this. We got destruction 4, which gives me 14% more damage to NPCs. 10% more damage with weapons. And that means my Hunter Blade right now has a 24% increase. 7% less cooldowns, and armor piercing 5. I'm not sure what armor piercing applies to. I don't know if it's NPCs and players, or if it's just players using, like, where's it at? The crustacean armor, for example, because of the reduction of damage. But that is still really, really good. Of course, it's not a permanent one. Let's go ahead and make one more of those. Why not? There you go. Make one more fortune tales. Let's go ahead and roll that one more time, because I'm going to be doing a top one anyway. Let's see what a second one gives me. I want to try to see if I can get like a really special enchant. But Rune 1, Chance 3, Wisdom 3, Luxuriant 3, Destruction Tier 3, and Piercing 4. That one isn't too bad. We still got the drop rate one back. Damage dealt 12%, Armor Piercing 20. And we got one that damages players more, so not too bad. As you can see, those are pretty good, but we haven't gotten any special enchants yet. So we have to make an aqua gem to do our next book. Or the last book, I should say. I hope we only have to make one. I hope we get something good the first time. But we need to make an aqua gem from this guy who has a pretty needy requirement. We need pearls, sea artifacts, shark fins, and coral. Main thing I'm needing though is coral, because it's the material I get much less than the others. But you can get sea artifacts from killing deep divers or deep 1 villagers. You can get shark fins from deep 1, fishman's guard, or Fishman Guardian, and King's Guard. Basically all the fish guys. But Fugitive over here is our target because he drops the coral and pearls. I don't need pearls though. I mainly just need coral. So let's go ahead and hope we get lucky with this guy. We also have the damage increase and a lag. My lord. I think my game just crashed. Let's see if that boost is enough to make a massive difference or not. Oh, that looks a bit better. Like, I feel like we have dealt, like, quite a bit more damage than normal. And I'm hoping that 15% drop rate helps, because my luck with these guys are normally pretty bad with the drops. But yeah, look at that. Really, really good. Okay, and there we go. 11 coral. Takes a very long time to grind that, but I'm glad we're done. Let's go ahead and make ourselves an aqua gem. I hope I only have to ever do one of these books. Hopefully the book gives me something good. Mainly because of the price of everything else. The aqua gems is the annoying part. The expensive part is this thing, the hider tail. So let's go ahead and make one more of these fortunes, and then let's go ahead and make a chronicles. I have not used one of these yet, so I don't actually know what it's going to give me, but I hope it is something good. Let's see. So we get skill haste, destruction 1, chance. Ooh, drop rates 1. That's good. And okay, we didn't get anything special there. The 2 of the high ones we got were money related and experience related for quests, which is disappointing because I don't run a lot of quests. The weapon damage dealt 1 is good, 10%. Armor piercing by 40%. Drop rate's 20, and then the two singular ones we got are damage dealt for NPCs and cooldown. Okay, I want to try something. I'm going to go ahead and just make these 5 fortune books. And because I do not want to grind and like no one's selling stuff for aqua gems, we're just going to use fortune tales and then see if we can get any legendary enchants. Because I want to show at least one and talk about a bunch of others that I've seen. Let's just roll these and see if we get lucky. So skill 2, chance 3, rune 3, wisdom 4, piercing 4, and destruction 5. Oh my, wait 1 second. That is actually really, really good. I like that set. Well, either way, let's go ahead and roll it again. Skill 2, sword 3, chance 4, wisdom 4, luxuriant 4, damage 5. Actually a really good one. And oh, that one's not bad either. Bit of cooldown, bit of sword damage, drop rates of 20%, and armor piercing by 30. Like, all the fortune tale ones are good. Like, all of these have been good. And this one isn't too bad. But no legendary enchants. These guys are super rare. And let's just go ahead and use the last one. Ooh, our minimum one is a 3. And of course, our 5-star one, our V is experience. So this is like a really big, like this one does a lot of damage. 14% more damage to the players. And if I'm using swords against NPCs, 20%. With drop rate, okay, all these are super, super good, but no legendary enchants. So I'm going to buy 1 set of Chronicles. I don't know, I just want to show you at least one of them, man. I want to get one. But if you don't get one from these, I'm just going to talk about them, I guess. Hope my last one's good. Okay, another Chronicle lore. Let's see. Skill haste 1, wisdom 4, chance 4, sword sense 5, rune 5, destruction 5, piercing 6. Yeah, that one's actually pretty good. We only got 1 quest 1. All damage. I would actually keep this one. Like, all of these are damage related. But yet again, reroll. And not again. But this one's like equally as good as the last one. And we're just gonna risk it. Last one. Let's see. There's no other use for these books anyway. Oh, we got something. There we go. That's why I wanted to show it to you, because I knew it had animation. That's awesome. That's really good. So all of these, and we got Dazzle. Has a chance to blind enemies upon dealing damage. So that one's basically only useful for PvP. But we got an iconic. And from what I've seen with other iconics, this one seems like it's one of the minimum ones. One of the worst ones. But let's see. So we got 8% more damage with weapons, experience, which is fine. 8% more damage to players, money from quests, drop rate 25, damage dealt NPC 16, and armor piercing by 30. Yeah, that one isn't too bad. I got sword sense and destruction, which I'm very, very happy with those. With piercing, I have rune for players, and I have both quest ones, drop rates, and an iconic, because that was a really good last roll. It also has a +1 on there now too. It's not too bad. That is a legendary, but there is a whole bunch of different ones we can get. Just to list the ones that I know of. I know there is one that has a chance to where when you deal damage, it deals the damage twice. So like, let's say like you have like this attack. If it procs, it would hit for double damage essentially. There's crit ones where you deal a chance for a crit each hit, which is really, really good if it hits. You can deal way, way more damage. It's incredibly deadly. There's some that reflect damage back, basically like reverse lifesteal. I think there's one that gives lifesteal, so you heal upon dealing damage. I know there's some that affect weapons too. Like I know there's one that makes it where the healing properties of the acro scythe are increased. There's some that make it when you attack an enemy, there's a chance that they explode and take more damage. And there's even a whole other rarity called Celestial, which is blue instead of yellow. I think it's like a whole different rarity. And there's some that are good, some that look pretty good. I know there's one that when you drop below a certain percentage of health, you like have increased damage, which is fine. But in this game, if you're low health, you're losing the fight anyway. I think there's multiple that make it where you deal more damage upon being low health. But there is a ton of them. The ones I want to get, the one that I've seen that I really think would be fun to have is the one with crit chance. Because apparently, especially with like some of these attacks that hit more than once per like skill. Like let me have to an enemy real quick. I also want to test my new stats. But like this attack, for example, every single one of these hits would have a chance to crit. But look at that. Look how much damage we can deal. Look at that. 73,000 damage on my base set. That was without the V attack on this skill too. Let me kill him real quick so I can restart his health. But yeah, those stats are actually really, really good. Of course, I can't. This does nothing against NPCs. My legendary. All of these 16% damage with another 8% with weapon damage. So if I go ahead and just use these skills, that does 21,000. That does 31,000 total. So that's a ton. And then to stack all these skills on top of it, my fruit now deals 60,000 damage to NPCs. That is insane. And of course, I also have increased drop rate too. That 25% increase. I also get a ton of money from quests. So I'm curious. Let's test that real quick. Does it change this number? So if I press fugitive, it says 54,500. If I go ahead and kill him, look at that, like 100,000 damage instantly. Yeah, it looks like it did have the multiplier. I think I got ×2 from my game pass, and the rest of it went up by 65%, was it? Yeah, 65%. So I get way more money from quests now. That's really good. And the experience too. So leveling's gonna be no longer a problem whenever updates come out, especially mixed with the code they normally give for like 20 minutes of experience and this one. So I'm happy with my last one. If anything, this might help with PvP, the dazzle. But let me know, what enchants have you gotten from that? If you've rolled passives, like which ones have you gotten? That would like what does your legendaries do if you have them? And if you have a hex, let me know what it is, because I know there's some really bad hexes. I'm just lucky I didn't get one from a top book.